Good evening, a good morning, and good afternoon. It's Chris Petri. Welcome everybody. Let's get started here. Let's have some fun. Let's get into softening edges. This is a fun topic for me. I really feel like softening edges is a really underrated thing with watercolors. A lot of artists, I think, sometimes tend to not really take full, I guess, how would I say this? Take full advantage of working out paint and tonal values in their paintings. When I learned to do this more successfully when I was painting in watercolors, I definitely noticed that my paintings definitely looked a lot better, my finished paintings. And I did practice this technique with a lot of exercises just for fun, like we're going to do here. So just practicing fun exercises really helps us to learn about how the watercolor medium actually works. And so let's do it here. We'll practice it, and then we'll sort of see how it really does enhance the look of watercolor and the technique and the finished look of something when we're working out our paint and softening edges. So let's do it here. We'll start off, maybe we'll do a simple, maybe a coffee cup. So I'm just going to have some fun here doing a quick coffee cup contour drawing. And I'll do the saucer here. Okay. A little shadow, we'll draw in the shadow. So we'll kind of, here this is going to be a quick video just on softening edges and how we can enhance the look of our paintings and our compositions with softening edges technique. So here we're going to say that our light is coming from the front. So the light's coming from the front of this versus the sides or the back. So this is front lighting. So the lightest light we're going to say is going to be around here on this portion of the coffee cup. And so we'll make the darker darks over here and over here. So we can do that. We'll fresh clean water, check some water off on our sponge. We could also use a tissue if we wanted to. Take a little bit of water off, and we'll go in and we'll work out a little bit of cerulean blue here. A little bit of cobalt blue. We'll get some variation. So we have a little bit of French ultramarine blue. We'll take a little bit of some warmer colors. We'll use yellow ochre here. Maybe a little bit of cadmium orange. Again, we clean our brush off, take some water off, and we'll start. And we'll just get some blue. And we'll start over here with a harder edge here along this side, darker. Maybe a little bit of yellow ochre just to change to make a change in the color variety. And here we're going to soften our edges. So now we're going to take this and soften it out. Clean water, a little bit of tissue maybe. Alright, and let's do the same thing, and let's go a little darker here maybe. Maybe a little bit darker there, just a touch, make it look interesting. Alright, and then we're going to go over here to this side. Maybe we'll do a little more variation here. Let's do a little mineral violet. And we'll go over here and we'll do some mineral violet. mixed in with our blues that we had here, cobalt and cerulean and French ultramarine. A little bit of yellow ochre in there just to warm and cool. Warm and cool everywhere. Always try to do warm and cool colors as you go. And there we have a nice look of working our colors out, softening our edges, coming this way. Toward the light where the center of the cup is. And then maybe we'll take a little mixture of warm and cool and some shadowing inside the cup. Maybe a little cerulean. Clean the brush. We rinse our brush off, check some water off, and then we soften these and lighten these areas up. So here we have some harder edges over here, and then some softer edges in here, harder edges on the outside here, and then we soften edges going in toward the center of the coffee cup, and we get that nice look of light. And then we can even enhance it further, but let's continue on here with the same idea. We could draw in, maybe we can draw in something interesting. Maybe we'll draw a lime. Maybe a lime is over here behind the coffee cup. And then maybe over here we have maybe an apple, like that. So let's practice the same principle here. We're going to let this dry now, this coffee cup. Maybe we'll work in some shadows though. Let's work in some shadows under this cup here. There's some shadowing, just a little bit. Maybe some green, sap green will mix into our blues just to keep things a little different. Variation. And we can also clean brush. Shadow under our coffee cup, a couple splashes. Alright, and we can keep working. We're going to try to do the same idea. Sap green, we're going to start, let's do the lime. So this is the lime behind the coffee cup. We have to be careful here to make sure that this coffee cup is dry. Otherwise that paint will start to work over into the coffee cup. So let's make sure our coffee cup is dry. It's almost 100% dry, which is good. A little bit of a shadow. And I'm letting the paint do the work here. Okay, so that's our lime behind the cup. coffee cup. And what happens here is, as we do this, as we paint around the coffee cup with our lime, we make sure we let our coffee cup dry first though. So that's the most important thing here is, once you do your coffee cup first, let that dry, then come back, and then you start working in your darkest darks of your lime that's behind the coffee cup. And you can make this something different. You can make this an orange, or a lime is a darker color, so like a dark green is going to look better probably here, because it's really going to accentuate the white coffee cup look. But if you went with maybe like an apple or an orange, it's not going to be as dramatic a change in tonal values, but it still would look good. So here we have the idea of softening our edges here, both sides from darker to light, and then letting that light appear on the front of the coffee cup. And then here we softened edges too. We took our lime, we went really dark here and here, and then we softened edges out. And you can soften edges really two ways. In a sense, there's probably more than two ways, but I'm just going to mention it this way. Like, if you change colors, you can soften edges that way. So like if you have a dark blue, like a cobalt blue, without even really adding water and using your brush, you can just soften an edge by using a lighter color, like let's say cadmium lemon yellow. That immediately softens that edge and changes the tonal value from darker to lighter. So you can go from dark to light by using color, or you can just take the color and then work it out and make it lighter that way. So you can change your tonal values by just adding water and working the paint out and going from darker to lighter. Or by using lighter colors, going from blue, and then once you use like a lemon yellow, automatically it's just lighter, so it's going to have that softer edge look just immediately because it's a lighter tonal value. So that's kind of like the concept, using either just water and working out a color, or using two different colors, one dark and one light. You can sort of get that same effect. And so here we're going to continue with our coffee cup. So we have the darks over here, the hard edges, and then the soft edges here going through, softening out our edges here. And then we'll maybe do, we'll start in, we'll clean our brush, and we're going to go in and do an apple. And dry off the brush a little bit. Cooler color for the shadow. And I'm just using variety. Colors, sap green, olive green, so olive green here, sap green here. Some cadmium lemon yellow here, or cadmium yellow I should say. Raw sienna. Some chromium of oxide maybe. And then here again, by using the darker tonal values, the greens, around the coffee cup, we get that nice hard edge, and then the soft colors over here. So we're softening edges over here and into here. So we're softening edges in here, and then we're leaving hard edges here. So working out that paint through there, looks good. And then here we have hard edges. So we've softened through here. And maybe through here, that's more of a softer edge there, so we can kind of blend those two. Okay, so now we can kind of see it's starting to look a lot better with our edges being soft and blending in, and then harder edges here, and then blending here and here. That gives a nice feeling of like the three-dimensionality of a painting. And sometimes we can put in like it's kind of small areas of darken that area up just a little bit there. And we'll do a small stem here for the apple here. Okay, so this is looking fine. We could also add some ornamentation to this that will make it even take it to the next level. So here we're looking really good. We've got our basic composition, you know, looking fine. We have like an apple and a lime with a coffee cup. So, and it's all, we tied it all together, you know, softening edges through here, even here. And then now we can, well, let's, the ideal way is just to like take a break now, because we've been working 15 minutes probably. It's great to take breaks every 15 minutes or so. It helps just for concentration to build back up again, and sometimes we get fatigued when we go more than 15-20 minutes at a time. So here we'll take a break, but in essence we'll take a blow dryer and just dry this off a little bit so we can do our final touches to this painting. But if you're in your if you're working in your studio, or if you just, you know, have your paints out and you're just, you know, sitting in a chair, or you're outside, wherever you paint, whatever you do, sometimes you'll be able to work a little more efficiently. Here I'm in the studio, I can use a blow dryer and dry this off fast. If we were just painting outside, or if we were inside a house and we didn't have access to a blow dryer, we would just let this dry for 15-20 minutes, come back, and that should be fine, where we can do the final details. So I'll dry this off just quickly, so we can keep working. All right, this is good. This is dry now, fantastic. We don't have to worry about paints going everywhere, and you'll find that letting your paintings dry as you work through a painting, or even if you're just doing practice and compositions and things, that's such a big help, letting things dry. So that takes time and experience a little bit to find out when you need to let things dry, and when you let things, you know, you can work you can pretty much work, it depends on your style of painting, but for like our style here, what we do on our channel, you know, you'll notice that, you know, letting things dry with a blow dryer or just naturally letting it dry is a big help. Can't mention that enough. So now we'll go back in and we'll just do our finishing touches. Let's get some fresh, clean water just for, we always try to practice that good habit of changing our water out quite often. Okay, now we're gonna say variation is really, we can really push the bounds of variation here. So we're going to take cadmium red, alizarin crimson, a little bit of cad orange, cadmium orange, and a little bit of yellow ochre. So now we've created like 4 different colors to do just a simple task of doing a little bit of ornamentation on this coffee cup. But it does really help a lot. So we'll start off, maybe we'll do some cadmium here. Now I would say that the orange is going to look better here because this is where the light is, so the darker alizarin crimson would look better over here. And we'll maybe, you know, just skip a spot there a little bit. If you see some color that doesn't look right, we could tap and just do that. And we'll do over here, so we'll do some more ornamentation here. And we'll vary the color just a little bit, maybe a little bit of orange there. And I'll just add a little bit of yellow ochre up there a little bit. Okay, so this is a fun way to practice softening edges, keeping some edges hard here, shadowing. So lots of fun stuff just in this one small composition, but these are this is a great way to soften this edge here a little bit maybe. This is a really fun way to practice the essential skills of watercolor, blending colors, lots of different colors within a small area, warm and cool, constantly warm and cool colors, orange, blue, red, blue, purple, green, yellow ochre, greens, golds, yellow ochre, cerulean blue, cobalt blue, mineral violet, purple, green. So we're constantly warm and cool, orange, red, yellow, green. Lots of variation all within this one spot. And that brings tons of excitement to just this one area. And then if you just imagine as you build a painting out larger and larger and put more things in it, you just keep using those same techniques. And it just really is all just a matter of keeping this same mindset and frame of mind as we're going through our painting. So we're always thinking in our painting, warm and cool, softening edges, leaving edges hard here like a dark against a light. And if we keep practicing those same techniques, our painting will look harmonious, it'll look finished, and that's what we want. We want to have good looking paintings, and we'll see you on the next video. Have fun with this again. No stress, small compositions like this. Do a lot of these small compositions. I guarantee if you do lots of these small compositions, practicing just for fun, it'll pay off huge dividends for you when you go to do your finished paintings and your larger works. Okay, we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.